everybody, and welcome back to Welcome Grove Homestead. It is I, David. I have taken the camera and I'm absconding to the barn. Currently, at this very moment, Amanda is driving home from West Virginia. She went off to get some pipe for our big water trenching project, and so that left me coming home from work to a cow that needs to be milked, some goats that I'm getting the kids working on right now, and I just decided I'd impart some lovely cow jokes and walk you through our milking process. Because, you know, the stakes were really high. If I hadn't done it, you know, it would have been tragic. But it does remind me, when I dance while I'm milking, I got the moves like Jagger. More of that to come. Here we are at the barn. So dark. And there's a kitty cat. The first step in our process for milking is, of course, getting some grain and getting set up in the head stall there, because our cow, what she does, she stands there patiently because she knows she's going to get some grain out of the deal. Additionally, we are feeding out a cow right now, a steer, which will become meat for the family in just a few months. And what feeding out means is every day we give him a ration of grain. That would be Stewie. A lot of you have got to know Stewie over the time we've had him in the last year, and he is turning out to be a big boy. I'll get you a close-up on him this evening. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump a couple scoops of grain into our long trough so that he can get some grain, and then we'll go and call those cows on in. Hey, excuse me, what do you think you're doing? That's not chicken food. I mean, in her defense, that does look glorious. Hey, cows! Time for your evening therapy appointment. That's right, come be seen, not heard. What if cows like dad jokes? Get it? Heard? Come on, cow! Laugh louder! So yeah, I think that was a pretty funny joke. And I found that when cows laugh really hard at my jokes, milk comes out their nose. That's not true, but it is kind of funny, because when we laugh, milk comes out our, never mind. We're not really concerned with cows' noses as much today, more like their teats and bags, and I see them all the way out there in the field. We're gonna holler at them, see if we can get them to come running. Hey, cows! Come on, come on, come on, come get milked! Come on, cows! You know I'm utterly in love with you! They don't seem to be amused. Get it? Amused. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Come on, fellas. I don't want to butcher any of these jokes. Hurry up. Come on. There's a good cow. And another one. Claire. All right, Claire, come on. Come on, you. I know you're utterly excited for this. Some would say you're over the moon. Come on. That's one way to get them to run away. Tell them jokes. Come on, up, get. Right this way, princess.
Princess Pepe.
Yes. So now that the cow is in place, as you can see, there's a lot of training that goes into this. They learn their calculus. Get it? Calculus. No, sorry, anyway, they're training. Anyway, where were we? Yes. Training. These jokes crack me up. Once we get the cow on the stand, she's got her grain going. We got our milk machine plugged in, and we're gonna go ahead and clean her up. First thing we wanna do is make sure the bag is nice and clean at the beginning. That just is a little teat wash. We usually keep in something very fancy like a sour cream container. And we'll get the bag all clean so there's no, you know, manure or litter from the fields sticking to her. And we'll put the cups on, which look like this. Turn on the machine and go to town. I'll show you what we get at the end. Let's do this. We only keep the best cows because the cream rises to the top. Ain't that right? This is where the obnoxious noise starts. Actually, it's not. Next, we gotta make some kitties very happy. We're gonna strip the teats out and give them to the dog and the cats. girl. There you go, kitty kitties. Alright. Now for the noise. During the milking process, you do get very up close and personal with the cow that you're milking. They get to know your quirks, your jokes. In fact, sometimes when I'm milking, I repeat myself, and to this cow, it's like deja vu. Get it? And every once in a while, she'll like flash that tail right at me and hit me right in the face. It's just precious. Anyway, we're just cruising along down here. Now you may wonder why we don't milk 2 cows at the same time. It's because if we did, the cows would have a beef. Yes, she tried to hit me with her tail. That wasn't very ladylike. That was pretty darn funny. I just gotta convince her of that. All jokes aside, when we do finish milking, one of the most important things for a dairy cow is you do not want them to get mastitis. So whether you are using a machine or hand milking, you always want to get them nice and clean at the end so that there's no milk that's just kind of sitting there, no bacteria can get up the teeth. And so we do 2 things. We have a iodine teat dip that we actually spray on, and then we have a Fight Back, which is just a antibacterial spray that goes on the teats as well. So we'll put a little bit of each on these. All 4 teats. Get a little dose of that. That kind of drips off. And some Fight Back on each one as well. And get slapped in the face by a tail, and that's a day. A good girl. So Stewie here is finishing up his dinner, and fortunately he hasn't got the news yet that in just a couple months he's going to be our dinner. But look at the size of him. He is filling out so beautiful, and he's just a really, really gorgeous steer in general. He's going to be really, really well marbled with the grain we're feeding him out on. So he's been pasture raised his whole life until the last 3 months when we're giving him that grain. And that just kind of gets those extra calories in to build fat and marbling in the meat. Now, anytime you're around cows, you have to be careful because I don't know if you can see just how big these horns are on this cow. But they're pretty daunting. Now, a lot of times cows, especially intact males, can seem docile and they can turn on you really quick. So especially with him, he's not intact. He is a steer, which is what we call any cow that no longer has its reproductive organs. Usually those are banded when they're just real little, like within the first few weeks of life. Sometimes a little older. Either way, that testosterone that those reproductive organs give them make them unpredictable. Even Stewie, as big as he is, can be unpredictable. So we always make sure that he knows we don't surprise him, and those horns right there on front kind of tell you the reason why. So he's a big teddy bear until the moment he's not, right? So we don't turn our back on him, and we give him lots of love, right? Lots of love. Big scratches. Big scratches. Oh yes. So that's a evening in the milking world on a farm. I know some of it was utterly nonsense, mostly the jokes. But if you're feeling sick or sick to your stomach or sick of my jokes, you can always go to a pharmacy. Yeah, how's that for some good medicine for you? Thanks for hanging out with me for the milking process today. I want to leave you with one final joke because I just couldn't do without, and I couldn't figure out a way to work this in because the cows were all right there today. What did the farmer do when he couldn't find his cow? Wait for it. He tracked her down. Get it? Tractor? I wonder what else we're doing on this farm today. Save us.
And thank you, David, for that stunningly deep and intellectual discussion about humor. So what happened is that I was not here to stop him from making those horrible jokes. No, I wasn't here because we needed the piping for our trenching project, and unfortunately that was not something we were able to get a hold of locally here. So Dad and I had a road trip where we drove all the way out to West Virginia to go get it. And so it was a long day in the car, but we have the piping now, which means that this weekend they're going to get some serious headway done on that project. But today's project for me is going to be working on cleaning up the girl barn. And when I say the girl barn, I mean the girl goat barn. We have been running no bedding in this barn in the summertime, and it's working great because we don't have all this nasty bedding. However, they are still animals. They are still doing animal things and leaving their droppings. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it out in here, and our milk room needs some serious TLC. It needs to be cleaned up. It's just normal wear and tear stuff. Everything just needs to be spruced up once in a while when you have rooms that are in the outdoors and that you have animals tracking in and out of all the time. And we have animals living in the milk room with our rabbits. So we're gonna work on getting all this cleaned up today, get it all spruced up while the goats are out in their pasture. We've got Clarence and the turkeys are locked in the nursery right now so that we can clean this side of the barn, and then we'll clean the nursery up, and then we'll clean up the milk room. We've got a whole series of things we're doing here. It's one of those chain reactions. This has got to be done before you can do that, and then that can be done before you can do that. So we're gonna make some headway. We're gonna get this barn cleaned up. He thinks they missed it now. Oh, Gideon. Do you miss chasing the turkeys? I think they miss chasing you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Gideon has found his calling in life as a ratter. He and I just flushed out a whole nest of young pups. They're young rats, and they're not pinkies, so they're mobile, they have fur, but they're not adults. And so we found a whole nest of them, and we've been just one by one. He's been catching them. He catches them. I've been doing the finisher move on them, and so we've just killed, I think, our 9th rat today. So, Gideon, you are amazing. What a good boy. He is so tired. But he's a good boy. The cats, meanwhile, are enjoying the bounty of rats to eat without having to actually put any work into it. But Gideon has the advantage over a cat in that he will, like, really go after them and get into the nest. He's excavating the tunnels. Like, he is very driven. A cat, they might give up. They don't have the strength for tunneling. And yeah, I'm so impressed with this dog right now. He did fantastic. There is at least one or two that he fully killed on his own, but I still did a finisher with the shovel just to make sure. But my goodness, Gideon's a ratter. 13. Gideon just helped me kill 13 rats. Dude. Of course, I did not realize that they were just gonna keep on coming when Gideon started catching them, so I fed the first few to the cats. So we are -4 in our great posterity photo that we took, but he killed 13 rats. Check out this photo that I got of Gideon with 9 of his 13 kills. It is quite awesome. He's so proud of himself. He had a lot of fun. He really enjoyed it, really got into it. He has found his true calling as a ratter. 14. Gideon has now found 14. I don't know when to call it, when to say that we found them all. Huh.
You already have.
I know, because I was wrong, and now I'm like, are we done? Okay, so final count of the rat slaughter is 16. Gideon is fantastic. Oh my gosh, we obviously found some sort of a colony situation because there's no way that a single rat had 16 babies, but also we had varying sizes in the rats, so I'm pretty sure that we found at least 2 litters that were combined together into a colony style setting. So Gideon he's done. Oh my gosh. Oh buddy. He just collapsed. You're just so done. What a good boy. He's such a good boy. I'm immensely proud of this boy. Oh my gosh. He is going to be getting a good treat this evening. Right now though, we're going to let him take a nap. He is tired. And I'm going to finish cleaning this room. Well, it took us a few days to get it done, but we got this barn cleaned. Oh my goodness.
Took forever.
Yes, we got the goat stalls, and now we've got the milk room cleaned. It was a production. And we killed a whopping total of 17 rats. I know, the last update was 16, but as we were filling in the holes from the dog's hunt, like an hour later, another one ran out, so we killed a 17th rat. So
that's a lot of rats.
It's a lot of rats. I'm quite pleased with the harvest of rats today.
Yes.
So on that note, we're gonna end this video. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, this is your country nerd with a goat herd and daughter, saying that you can grow where you're planted.